after marriage? As a Christian, I would go for sex after marriage. This is because the Bible commands in Hebrews 13 verse 4 that marriage is honorable in all and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. So going against God's principle, and God who is our creator, he wouldn't want us to go against his principles. And so sex after marriage is the best choice and not sex before marriage.
So my stand on this is sex after marriage is the best. I mean, morally, we all know as Christians that it's not accepted to, have sex before you marry. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Sex before or after marriage is that after marriage. I will go strongly for after marriage because I believe it's against the word of God, and it's kind of fornication, which frowns, it's like God frowns against it. So sex before marriage is not right for me.
So having they said all that about sex after marriage being the best, I would also like to say sex before marriage is the best, with the view that someone would like to have a try on her married partner or her to-be wife before they get married, to see how best he will suit or she will suit him or her. So sex before marriage, I would say, is also the best.
This question. Personally, I think sex before marriage is okay. It's good to have sex before marriage, to get to know more about your partner, and sometimes you marry someone and then you go to bed with the person and it's like 1 minute something you get, it's quite some way. So I think sex before marriage is okay.
I think sex before marriage is okay because it helps you to explore, get to know your partner well, and enjoy yourselves, because we are teenagers and our sex drive is very high and we always want to try new things. So I think it's good to try it, but it comes with consequences and maybe you might not be ready for them. So even though you try it, it shouldn't be a constant thing.
But for you it is good?
Yeah, it's good. It's cool, very cool.
I think sex before marriage is advisable, because before you start a relationship, you will have to know some of the things that will be able to have you in relation with the person. Maybe if you don't have sex before marriage and you don't have that intimacy, after marriage you'll just be there and you will not really have that enjoyment you really want. So I think it's just advisable to try it for some time, but not all the time.
Mr. Shadrach here said sex before marriage is good because you need to test the compatibility of the partners. I do not agree with that, because looking at compatibility, some people ended up trying to find out, saw that they weren't sexually compatible, and then it caused problem. Not just the emotional blackmail that is a part of that, also psychologically, it could affect the lady in question. And you know what? Ladies are always the one at the receiving end of this very bad treatment. The guys can go scot-free and then nobody cares. But ladies, once they get into this sexual intercourse with a man, there is every possibility that it is difficult for them to let go of such a man, because when sex comes into being, there is a kind of connection between the two parties, and so it's very difficult to break that, as a soul tie has already been done. So I disagree with you on the point that sex before marriage is the best.
Okay, so answering your question, I would like to take this scenario, a scenario whereby a couple will get married, okay, and both of them are not meeting their sexual needs. Okay. Maybe the lady will say, this guy is not satisfying me as I want. The man will also say, this lady is not satisfying me as I want. So I'm of the view, because if you try each other, okay, and you see this guy or this lady is not helping me, then you make a different choice. And the cycle goes on and goes on.
And that happens because they might have had sexual partners before they decided to try out with the intention of getting married. And so because they are comparing their present sexual state with that of the various partners they have had before, that is the reason why they feel, oh, you are not meeting my sexual need, and then we can't get married. Exactly.
Well, I think coming in, it has a point. I mean, someone know the fertility of their, if I should say, wives, and they want to know if really they are fertile, if they can give birth. They want to know if there's any issue of barrenness or anything. But nevertheless, I think before, some years back, way back, there wasn't anything like someone will sleep with someone before the person gets married, unless maybe there's an issue, maybe those other social issues. But then, I know for sure that sex after marriage is morally the best.